What's up, boys? I'm out here just driving. Just wanting to talk to you all for a little bit. So, going down the road, heading toward Nitro. In the fast lane, running 80 miles an hour. You already know what's up. And I got a 410 rear end, so my RPM is, jeez Louise. And I think my gas gauge is off, because I've driven this thing for a long time on E. Like negative E before. It's not quite down yet, but like the E goes into negatives on this freaking thing. It goes below the letter. So I think the gas gauge might be off. I don't know though. So in that case, I think I still got like a quarter of a tank, realistically. But we're just cruising. Got my cruise control set. This truck cruises great. But yeah, I just want to say thank you all for all you guys have done for me on here on YouTube. 280 some subscribers, I think it was. Not a lot, don't get me wrong, but to me that's an accomplishment. That, in my eyes, that is a big accomplishment. And I want to thank you all for that, because I don't know what I would do. If it wasn't for all you people, I wouldn't be uploading. And that's the only reason I upload videos, to show you guys what I do. Because what I do is stupid. Got my videos romping on this truck, romping on my Dodge Dakota. I romp on all these vehicles and they still go. This thing has taken the most abuse. Now let me tell you all the story about this thing. So this truck, I paid $3,000 for it, 1999 Silverado. Had 114,000 miles when I bought it. Basically, it was owned by an elderly man who he had drag cars. He raced drag cars like Novas and stuff. He was a big Chevy guy. And he did not drive his truck like daily like that. This truck had one purpose, and that purpose was to tow his drag cars to the track and back home. That was the purpose. And to periodically haul things when he needed to. Anyways, basically, he did it. I mean, that's all I could say is he did it. And that's why it has low mileage. He took good care of it. He bought it in 1999. It's a single owner truck. I'm the second owner. Until last year, I think it was. 2 years ago. Last year? No, it was 2 years ago at this point. He died. Well, ever since he died, there's road work up here, y'all, so I gotta slow down. But ever since he died, it was inherited to his grandson, and his grandson didn't have a use for it. So, since his grandson didn't need it because he had a good truck, better, newer one, he didn't use it. So this thing kind of sat in his mom's yard. It sat in his mom's yard, his grandma's yard, for 2 years. In her yard, beside her driveway. When he parked it, he made sure it was on E. But, anyways, so the truck sat there. It had a few problems too, and he was aware. But I don't know why he would do it, but he put brand new tires on it when he parked it. So that's nice, kind of, except I've worn them out on the rear. The front are still good. They're not quite worn, but they're almost slick on the rear, so I'm going to do a rotation. I'm going to rotate them bitches and burn them more. Whenever winter comes, I'll rotate them. Once it starts to snow and stuff, that's when I'll rotate them. But it's still fall. So long story short, the truck sat, he didn't need it. And finally, his mom said, you know what, we got to sell that thing. It's a good truck sitting there rotting. I'm talking the same day that it went on Marketplace, I found it. The same day. In fact, I think I found it like 5 minutes later for $3,000. I said, that's a good deal. I'll buy it with cash on hand. And they said, all right. They got ready. They held the truck for a little bit for me until I could get a little bit more money saved up. They held it for me, so shout out to them. I don't know if y'all watch my channel or not, but if y'all do, shout out to you all and thank y'all so much. But anyways, so I lost my train of thought here. Oh, so I bought it, took it home. On the test drive home, I realized the problems it had. It needed a new brake caliper because the passenger side one was locking up. It needed new U-joints, and that was it, really. And of course, a few things have broke since I've got it that weren't my fault, just things that happen with buying used vehicles. I lost a brake caliper bolt, and the brake caliper in the rear fell off, left me stranded, so that was fun. Well, it didn't fall off, but it like rolled off. I couldn't get it back on, so I had to get the thing towed back home on a flatbed. And yes, guys, I'm driving this thing with no power steering. My power steering pump has went out. And so, I mean, it's my fault. I was being stupid. On the interstate, I can still drive perfectly, though. So, you know, it's had a decent life. It towed most of it. That's all it really did was tow. Every now and then he would do burnouts with it, apparently, when he'd go get new tires put on it. But he kept really good care of it. Did his regular maintenance, did oil changes. Took really good care of the truck. And, you know, here it is. I got it now. I beat the piss out of it, but I really do take care of my vehicles. Now, I don't know if y'all know that. I'm rough on my vehicles, but I take care of them. I do regular maintenance. Something breaks, I fix it if I can afford it. Usually I can't afford it, but I got dumb and spent my money too fast. They were willing to hold the truck for me as long as they could until I saved money. I didn't wait quite long enough. And so that resulted in me going bankrupt. Well, you know, poor. So since I ended up going poor, I basically could not, I mean, after fixing a few things on it, that's it. Y'all see me driving around on E. It's because I pretty much, it's all I can afford to put in gas is just, I let it maintain E. So that's what I do. I just let it maintain E. And I haven't had any bad luck out of it. I mean, you know, once it gets down into the negative, I fix it. I mean, that's all I could say. So I just made it to Nitro, you all, from Hurricane. But the truck drives great. Has new AC and stuff. Like new AC, not just recharged AC, new AC. It's got new lines, new compressor, new, the dash was out of this thing. The only problem with the dash being out of this thing is they messed up a few things with the wiring. Now, they didn't mean to. Obviously, it happens. So, since they had the whole dash out of this thing, because they replaced the heater core and everything. So, since the whole dash was out of it, these buttons over here, let's see if I can get it to do it. They have a bad connection. It's working fine right now, but I can sit here and jiggle these wires for the push button four-wheel drive. I could just jiggle the buttons and all of a sudden the light will turn off and the service four-wheel drive light comes on. And my dash, my cluster's fine, but look, doesn't tell me my mileage or gearing. I got it to work for a little bit. I need to fix the wires in there. I took it apart, took the cluster out, and I put like a dielectric grease inside the plug. I put dielectric grease. I think I need to replace the plug, but I put dielectric grease in the plug, and that was it. After putting that dielectric grease in there, it was on for a while, which they knew it had 114,000. He was able to check it somehow. I should have asked him how you check it, because it still counted the mileage, but you could read it some other way. The other way, I don't know, but he did it. I think he looked at like the last cert. I don't know. There was a way he was able to check it, but it does still count. I did know that because it did go on and off a little bit when I'd hit bumps. It'd turn off for a little bit, and I'd finish my trip, and then go in here and just kind of tap on the cluster and it'd come back on. That's what I did for a while. But all seriousness, I need to get in there and work on that plug, because the plug is the problem. It has a bad connection. Known for it, very well known for it. That dielectric grease gave it a good connection for a little bit though. A pretty decent connection. Not too sure what happened, why it lost that connection, but I mean, whatever, you know, things happen. Every vehicle, everybody thinks, oh, like, okay, you buy a used vehicle and it just breaks. Don't assume the vehicle's a piece of crap. You're going to get that with used vehicles. That's probably why they're selling it. It's because they know it's got issues. Which, that was the case for this thing being sold. They were selling it because it was just a good truck rotting. Sorry, y'all, I got to make this turn. Oh, yeah. Put that strength into that steering wheel, you know. Anyways, so that was it on that. I mean, that's really the story. I've got it and I fixed it up, got it running good. I've smacked the rev limiter on it a lot because that's how I roll. I know this video doesn't have your normal 6,000 RPM, but I might do a rev tap hit here. I got a steer right here, hold on. Yeah, so I was at my drift spot and I killed the power steering pump. Shouldn't have done it, but it happens. It happens. It just happens. I'm gonna keep driving it until I get enough money to buy a new pump. New pump's not too expensive. You can hear it whining right now. It whines like a supercharger when I floor it. Well, I'm here. I'm at my destination. So I'm gonna get off of here. It's good having a little chat with you all. And I'll be sure to do this more. Peace out, y'all.